Hi everyone, I'm Barbara Henderson and I'm a time tunneler. So I am going to be focusing on Women's History Month in my little slot, and particularly International Women's Day as well. Now, we all know that both girls and boys can have adventures, and both girls and boys can feel scared or strong and do heroic things. But I want to tell you about the story that inspired my first published book, for Luck, which is a story about the Highland clearances. That was a time when a lot of rich people owned much of the land in Scotland. And on the land were poor crofters who were just really farming for their own needs. And they paid rent, but it wasn't very much. And the landowners discovered that the way that you could make much more money is to put sheep on that land. So what they did was evict the people who were renting the land for cottages, for farming, and to literally tell them to go away. And this was in the early 1800s and onwards. It kind of went on and off for generations, really. And there were some really strong tales of villagers fighting back. I'll tell you about this village called Cownabeen, which is on the north coast of Scotland. That's where my story is set. And my story is based on real events because the people who were living in that village in Cownabeen were farming and boat building, and the guy who was in charge of the land decided to evict them to make room for sheep. And he thought, I'll be really clever about this. I will send the document that forces them to leave. The legal document was called a writ. I'll send that on the day that all the men and boys are away thatch cutting, so that only the women and the children will be home, and it'll be a pushover. They will take the document and it'll all be fine and legally binding. And what happened, in fact, was that the women and children of Cownabeen overwhelmed this messenger and forced him to burn his own writ, the document that he was carrying. And as a storyteller, my head was just exploding with story possibilities of how that might have happened. And I wrote a book about it. And I thought, what if a girl was actually the first to spot that something was wrong and she understood what the danger was? So this is activism, isn't it? This is women and children literally taking things into their own hands and starting a rebellion that of course spread to the whole village, but then beyond as well, so that this rebellion was written about as far away as the Times newspaper in London. Your writing challenge today is kind of a writing and drawing design challenge. I would like you to make some placards as if you were going to a demonstration and you were protesting to be chucked off your land. Imagine somebody was telling you that you had to leave your home right now, right here, and you couldn't have a mobile phone to call your relatives or your friends or make arrangements, and your way of earning money would be gone. And yeah, let's see what you come up with. Protesting against sheep on the land that really should belong to you. And then see, maybe you can even do a little demonstration in your class and use your placards in that way as if you were demonstrating, because I'm sure if these people had lived today, they would be demonstrating. Have fun time tunneling. Bye.